All right, today we're going to create our pop art goldfish. So first we're going to start with drawing our goldfish. We're going to start with a circular shape. It's not going to be a perfect circle. A little wobbly is okay. Because a fish in nature, would it be a perfect circle? No, it wouldn't be. So it can be kind of a circle, a little bit ovally, a little bit bumpy. Now we're going to add our fish's tail. Your tail could be a shape like that, or it could also look kind of like this. That's up to you of how you want your fish to look. Remember, if we look at goldfish in real life, they all look kind of unique. Next up, I'm going to do a top fin for my fish. Then I'm going to do a fin that comes out on the side. So I'm going to draw a line that curves like this. It's straight at the bottom and then curves back up. I'm going to take my eraser and erase where the fish's body is because I wouldn't be able to see his body through that fin. Then I'm going to have his fin on the other side, just kind of be showing like that. If you imagine him having a fin on the other side, we would just see it peeking out from underneath. Next, I'm going to give my fish some big googly eyes. Some fish even have eyes like this in real life. We could look at a picture of those like that too. So here are two big eyes for my fish. And then let's give our fish a little smile. Maybe your fish won't have a smile. Maybe it would have a surprised face or a grumpy face. You can make that choice. So now that that is done, we're going to outline quick, and then we're going to color our fish with a crayon. When we color our fish, we are going to pick one color to make them only. You could pick any color of the rainbow: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, or you could also pick pink. I decided that I'm going to do pink for my fish. You could use one shade of that color, or you could use different shades of that color. So for my pink fish, I picked a dark pink and a light pink. If you want to do a green fish, you could do just one color green, or you could choose a dark green and a light green. That's up to you. Now that my fish is colored, I'm going to draw the plastic bag that he goes in. If you are going to get a fish from somewhere like a fair or maybe even from a pet store, they might put your fish in a plastic bag to go home. So I draw a bag around him, and then the tie is going to be at the top. I'm going to draw some bumpy lines and then a band around it to show where that would be tied. Then I'm going to draw a line that shows where the water is. We're going to outline that. Perfect. If you have any pencil lines that are showing, you could just erase those pencil lines away with a big eraser. And then what we're going to do is we are going to use watercolor paints, and we're going to paint in blue where the water is. Brush off my eraser marks. Then I'm going to get my paintbrush, get it a little bit wet, and wake up the blue. And then I'm going to carefully paint around my fish. If you want your blue to be a light blue, you don't have to take very much paint. You just do water and a little bit of paint. If you want your blue to be a dark blue, then you would add less water and more paint. You can also always add a second layer of blue to make it darker too. Almost done. Make sure that you're doing this slowly and carefully. And you don't want to add too much water, otherwise what will happen? It'll become a really big wet mess. So now that I've filled in my water blue, I'm going to set this aside and we are going to work on a background for our fish. So whatever fish you have, if you have a purple fish or a pink fish or a green fish, you're gonna have a piece of paper that matches that color. So I made a pink fish. That means I'm gonna have pink paper. Then I can choose 3 different color quick sticks to make some line patterns. So some of the lines that we've talked about before have been straight lines. A line that goes side to side and is straight is called a horizontal line. I could also do lines like a curly line. I could do a dotted line or a dashed line. I could do a zigzag line. I could try a wavy line. What other lines can we think of? We could do a pattern of polka dots. So this is also like a dotted line, but with circles instead of rectangles. You could also repeat lines if you want to. And you're going to have lines that go from the top of your paper down to the very bottom. When you're done, put the caps back on your quick sticks. And then we're going to get a scissors and glue, and we are going to cut out our fish and glue them onto your background paper.